Software. There's a lot to cover here as we'll be going over the whole menu. Skip ahead if you don't need this information. The manual goes into this stuff in great detail, and it's well done in my opinion. This is mostly for those of you who like to see all the software features before buying. Starting with Sharp Mode, which is essentially the device's integrated AI that enhances the picture you're seeing through the eyepiece. Think of it like Photoshop for your thermoscope. Makes your target look sharper, hence the name. Reticle type. Pretty self-explanatory. There's 7 reticles to choose from. You got 2 different types of mil reticles, 4 MOA reticles, and a simple red dot. I'll cycle through them real quick before we go on to the next menu option. Shot 0. Here's where you come for adjusting the position of the reticle in relation to the weapon's bore. I'll segue into the how-to here. For the zeroing demonstration, I'll use this air rifle. The first step is to find your wife's favorite pillow. Next, you attach the included sticky heat target onto said pillow. It's sticky. You gotta peel the back off of it, like so. Plop. Right in the center. You gotta wait a few minutes for it to heat up, just like a hot hand warmer. Finally, you shoot the pillow. You cannot record the zeroing process or the menu on the Mars MT1000, so I'm using this weird scope camera adapter. Bear with me on the image quality as we go through this. Alright, so here goes. The quality's not great, but I do the best I can here. Let's send a shot now. And you can see it impacted right there. So here's how we're going to do the one shot 0. You hold down the menu button, top. Oh, you can't do it while recording. So I got to stop recording. Now press the menu button. Go to shot 0, click. So what you want to do is keep the reticle on your point of aim. I was aiming here, so we're going to keep it here. Then you turn the dial up top, and that'll freeze the screen. Boom. Now the screen is frozen. The red reticle is moving. I'm going to turn to the right until it lines up and down with our impact there. Now I'll say right about there. I'm going to click. Now I can turn the reticle down. Say right about there. Click again. And now I'm going to press the video and picture button to enter and save it. Press, and then you choose which zeroing profile you want. For example, if you want to have, different guns have different zeroing profiles, you can do that. I'm going to choose number 3. Now load up and take another shot. Here I am ready for my second shot. After the zeroing, you can see that the first shot, the temperature is cooled off. You could barely see the impact anymore. Here goes second shot. Hopefully we did that right. Looks like I hit the hot target there. We'll check on the phone camera there. And you can see I hit it just about in the center of the hot sticky target there. See the bullet hole there, all this carbon dripping out of the pack there. Our first shot was right here, and after we made our adjustment to the right and down digitally, it hit right where we wanted it to. So the one shot 0 works. Reticle color. It comes in handy to be able to change the color of your reticle depending on the environment and color palette you choose to hunt in. For example, if you use the night color palette and a green reticle, it may be difficult to see. The options you have white, red, green, blue, and yellow. Position. Your reticle's position represents the settings for particular weapon 0, reticle type, and color. The MT1000 can save the 0 of up to 6 different weapons. Unlike a traditional glass scope where you'd have to re-zero it when you switch the scope to a different weapon, the MT1000 lets you save your weapon 0 as a position. For example, you could zero an AR as position 1, take the scope off, and put it onto a crossbow, and save that 0 as position 2. Now when you want to put it back on the AR, all you have to do is switch the position back to 1. No need for re-zeroing as long as you put the scope back in the same position and torque on the Picatinny rails as before. Ballistic parameters. For the guys who like reloading and tinkering with chronographs, bullet weights, and ballistic charts, this mode is for you. Here's where you put in all that info so that the device's ballistic compensator tells you where to aim depending on what distance your target is at. It works with the laser rangefinder to make all its calculations. It's a pretty amazing feature. FFP and SFP means first and second focal planes. When FFP is selected, the reticle size will change with the magnification. When SFP is selected, the reticle size will not change with the magnification. Unit. You got yard and meter. Palette. Got 11 options here. White hot, sepia, iron bow, rainbow, night, aurora, red hot, jungle, medical, black hot, glory hot. Scene mode. You got snow, fog, city, forest, and rain. You select the scene based on what it sounds like. If it's snowy or below 50 degrees, you choose snow. If it's foggy, you choose fog. In an urban area, you choose city. In environments where light is blocked by the trees, you choose forest. And in high humidity or rainy days, you choose rain. Movie mode is the setting that sets the refresh rate of the device. The higher the number, the smoother the device tracks quick moving targets. Keep in mind that higher refresh rates consume battery life faster. Movie clip time is where you select how long the clips that the device records are. You got 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5, and 10 as options. Auto record. If you turn on auto record, the machine will automatically turn the recording on after the next power on. Sound record. With this on, the device will record a video with audio. Button backlight. This setting determines whether or not your buttons light up. LCD brightness. This allows you to change the level of the display brightness. Display icon. With this setting off, the status bar at the bottom of the home screen will be hidden after 7 seconds of no operation. If you press any key, the status bar comes back on. When the setting is set to on, the status bar will be displayed all the time. Display widgets. This setting turns on and off the gyroscope and compass on the display. Compass calibration is how it sounds. It's for calibrating the compass. Follow the directions on screen to do that. Gyro calibration is also how it sounds. It's for calibrating the gyroscope. It also gives you instructions on screen. PIP, also known as picture-in-picture, gives you a nice little zoomed-in screen of your target. PIP position. It doesn't have to be at the default top center. PIP position allows you to change the positioning of that square to wherever you like. Shutter correction. The device does this automatically, but if for whatever reason you want to do it manually, you have the option to. Auto blind calibration. This setting is to correct the blind points in an image to maintain the integrity and clarity of the image. Prevent burns. In order to protect the device from being burned by hot objects, like sunlight. Lid calibration. By balancing the background temperature of the thermal detector, the lid calibration eliminates image defects and improves the overall quality. Contrast. Again, self-explanatory. Stamp. It's essentially a watermark with the date and the logo, just the date, just the logo, or you could completely shut it off. Date format. in case you're in one of the weird countries that doesn't put month first, then days, and then year. Clock setting is where you set the time. Version and card info is where you go to check if your software version is up to date and how much space you have left on the SD card for recording. Format SD card is basically a reset of the SD card itself. All the data gets deleted and the SD card gets programmed to factory specs. Language, I give you 8 different options from English to French. And finally, reset setup, which is a factory reset of the system.